Actually, if we say like you have already said, okay, so in the healthcare in the community, we usually have the three main centers. We have the sub-center, which is usually at the rural area, okay, or even in the urban where the nearby any form of other healthcare institution is not there, then we need, okay, so actually has sub-centers. They are very important healthcare in the, especially in the outskirt areas, okay. So in the outskirt areas where there are very less hospitals, so sub-centers, they usually act as binding that gap, okay. So and the primary health centers, okay, then the community health centers. So I think this also you might have already, anyone have taken class this? Anyone have taken any class on this before?
No, ma'am, but ma'am, Anamika ma'am has given one chart of like functions of primary health center, functions of sub center like that
Okay,
in
okay.
offline.
Okay, so okay, then that means at least somehow okay. Moreover, last time we have also visited the mini PSCs. Okay, the mini PSCs actually that we have visited also it almost it have everything, even cold chain and all. So you must have already observed. So the overall setup it is almost same everywhere. Slight differences might be there, maybe related to the room might be a bit big. They might have many, but the overall concept or the structure will be almost same everywhere. Okay, be it sub center, be it the PHC. Okay, so PHC, even though from one area to another area, the concept they will have the in whatever it is required, they will have that. Okay, other than that, they might have something extra depending on the area also where the PHC is situated or the CHC. Okay, actually, whenever we talk about all this healthcare in the community, we are usually following the IPHS standards. Have you heard of this IPHS? Yes, IPHNS. Yes or no? I think
No.
nobody have heard. Okay, so IPHS, when we say, okay, it stands for the Indian Public Health Standards, okay. So whatever rules, okay, whatever criteria we are following, what are the functions, what are the things to be included, okay. So all this actually we are following based on this IPHS standard. So this IPHS standards was given in 2012, and I think till now they have not revised it, so we are still following that only. So whatever standards we are following, okay, for the sub centers, for the PHCs, even for the CHCs, it is based on this Indian Public Health Standards. In short, we call it as IPHS. And actually, if you see in the booklet, they have a very thick booklet, okay. So many things they have included. Every details they have given. What are the medication that the sub centers should have? What is the physical setup? What is the size? What are the things that be included? What are the essential services that should be there? What are desired? Okay. Whenever we say essential services, that means these are the minimum services that should be provided. Okay. Like suppose as a sub centers, giving immunization is one essential services, right? Then desired services, when we say desired means something which we aspire to achieve, we might not totally have it, but that is the thing like we are aiming to achieve, that is called as desired. So in this IPHS standards, if you see the booklet, okay, it's a very thick. So under there they have given the services under two areas, one or even the be the starting pattern, everywhere they have given essential and desired, okay. So whenever we say essential means that are something which we already, that is a minimum thing which we need to have, okay. Desired means something which we aspire to have or which we want to have in the future. Okay. And actually, if you see for the subcenter, okay, it is a most peripheral healthcare facility. When we say peripheral, that means it is somewhere which is very outskirt, okay, which is very far from any nearby health centers. So that's why subcenters it plays a role. It acts as a very important uh, area where people get at least they can get the minimum, okay, healthcare facilities there. So at least immunization, okay, then conducting of delivery, because all these are very emergency case, right? Vaccination, treatment of common minor ailments, okay, family planning, okay, then all this actually it can be done with help of a subcenter. So actually this subcenter it is usually it is the most peripheral healthcare facilities because it is present very far from the cities or from the under any other healthcare institution. And according to the this one according to the standards, okay, so the population covered it is 5,000 in the plain areas, okay. Suppose like here in Assam, so these are all plain areas and all, right. So the subcenters they will covers around 5,000 population. And in the hilly area, suppose in Meghalaya or in other states, okay, where it is very difficult, right, because in that areas they cover around 3,000, because in hilly areas and difficult areas it would be very difficult for the ashas, even for the staff, to cover a very large population. Okay, so that is the reason, it because some of the houses are very scattered. Okay, it's very far. So because our main aim is to make sure that the people are getting adequate services, right? So for that we need to at least also reduce the population based on the areas. So that is the main reason why we have 5,000 in the plain and only 3,000 in the hilly areas. Okay, so to make sure that the people are getting adequate services. So what the main objectives of the IPHS, okay, for the subcenters are to specify the minimum assured. Okay, minimum assured means essential. That means that is compulsory. They should have only. Okay, anything also they should have. Okay, that essential services we call, and that the subcenter is expected. So to specify the minimum assured services that the subcenter is expected to provide and the desirable services which the state and the union territories should aspire to provide through these facilities. Okay, so most of the subcenters, if you see, most of them they are still having only the essential services. Okay, because like I've said, desired is something which they aspire to have or which they are trying to achieve. Okay, so anyhow, all the subcenters services, at least minimum services or essential, they should have to maintain an acceptable quality of care for these services. So that is the main reason, like I've mentioned, right? So population coverage is also one ways where they try to maintain, give a quality care services. Okay, so the areas where it is plain, they are covering more population because it is a bit area is a bit like not, they don't need to go so much. It might be not because obviously if people are staying in hilly areas and also it will be very difficult, they might need to climb so much, right? Even if they, especially if they go for home visits and all. So that is actually the main objectives of the IPHS for the sub centers. Okay, so actually the sub centers, if you see, other also they are there to facilitate monitoring and supervision of these services. So for this, that's why we have minimum at least staff, right? We have an A&M, we have healthcare workers. So these are actually, and we have at least one cleaner and also this are actually all minimum staffing patterns is also required in order to supervise, okay, to make the services provided more accountable and responsible to the people's need. Okay, so these are overall objective of the subcenters. And actually, in the subcenters, according to the IPHS 2012, okay, so they have revised it, and they have divided the subcenters actually into two types. Okay, before we don't have this type of categorization. Okay, it was introduced in 2012 only. So according to this IPHS, there are two type of subcenters. One is called type A and one is called as type B. Okay, so type A and type B, they will provide almost all the services will be almost same, except that in type A, they will not have any facilities for conducting delivery. Okay, that means they will not be having any room, specific room for delivering, or we call it a labor room. Okay, labor room means that is the room where the mother deliver. Okay, so that thing it is not there in type A. That is the only difference. Okay, so when we say type A and type B, so it means in type A they will have all the essential services except the delivery services, and in type B they will also have all the essential services along with delivery services. Okay, so it provides all the recommended services except the facilities for conducting delivery. It is not available. But whatever, what happens, suppose in that area where type A subcenters is there. So later on, they might have seen that there are some emergency cases where nearby hospitals are not there or in emergency. So they need to conduct the delivery. So in that case, what happened? If that condition, if it continues, okay, then they might upgrade it to type B. So the subcenters can be upgraded to type B. Once it is upgraded to type B, that means they will have all the infrastructures required. Okay, like at least they should have one room, labor room, radiant warmer is needed, right? So all those suctioning apparatus, okay, after delivery. So all those actually things will be provided if they are upgraded to type B. No adequate space and physical infrastructures for conducting deliveries is there. Especially if you see, okay, I think you have not seen any subcenters, but usually subcenters they might have only three rooms: one immunization room, or this, then one small OPD room, one nurses room, that much only. Okay, for type A. But if for type B, then might have another delivery room and all, or labor room. So this type of type A actually they don't have all those physical infrastructure. That's why only they don't conduct any delivery. Subcenters is situated in the vicinity of other higher care health facilities like PHCs, CHCs. FRU means nothing but first referral unit, and in healthcare in the community, we consider CHCs as the first referral unit. Okay, that means that is the first area where the person will be what referred to. Okay, in case of any emergency condition, hospitals. Okay, so these subcenters in this type of type A, they are usually they are usually located where any nearby there are some other healthcare facilities. So what happened if a mother, suppose if a mother come to this type A subcenters, right? So she is coming for, even though if she wants to conduct delivery, okay, if she wants to come there, go there for delivery. So since if, even if it's not available there, then we can refer her to go to, suppose nearby PHC is there, then we can tell her, okay, you can go to the PHC. So that is a big reason why in a type A subcenter they don't conduct delivery, because nearby so many hospitals are there nearby. So immediately we can refer the mother, no problem. Okay, and the subcenters in headquarter area. That means it is this type of subcenter usually they are located somewhere where nearby so many hospitals and all are there. That is the main reason why they don't conduct delivery. Okay. Then when we say to type B, this is also called as MCH, means mother and child health. Okay, so why it is called as type B? Because it will also in this type of subcenters they will also conduct delivery. Okay, so and these type of subcenter, what happened? One more important thing is that you have to remember is that these type of subcenter they are very far from any nearby health center. So they might be situated in a very outskirt area where nearby there is no other hospital, there is no other PSCs, okay, where we can refer the mother. So obviously you don't have any option, but delivery need to be conducted there. So in this type of type B, they will have a physical infrastructure where delivery services can be done, as well as some accommodation for the staff also. Okay? So all this actually they are the only difference among type A and type B. Other than that, all the other facilities will be same. Okay, so in type B, actually, they provide all the recommended services, including the facilities for conducting delivery. And they are expecting to conduct around 20 deliveries in a month. Okay, so at least minimum of 20 deliveries in a month, and they should be provided with labor room, facilities, and equipments, including newborn care corner, because this is important, right? Because obviously after delivery, at least a minimum radium warmer should be there, suction apparatus for the baby, right? Radium warmer, then umbilical cord clamp, so umbilical cord care equipments, all those needs to be provided in the type B. Centrally located or better located subcenters with good connectivity to the catchment area, okay, and they have a very good physical infrastructure. Preferably, they will have their own building. Okay, then they will have adequate space, residential accommodations, and labor room facilities. Okay, so these all will be provided or will be present in a sub-center, type B sub-centers. Okay, unlike the type A. Type A, they have some of them, they may have only 1-2 room, that much only, because the main aim is like OPD services. Okay, and they will also give immunization and all, that much. Okay, so they don't conduct delivery, all those. That's why there are no nearby higher level of delivery services. That is the main reason. So they have to have all that what is required. Okay, so because nearby there is no other hospitals available. So this is about type A and type B. Okay, so remember type A and type B, the only difference is that type B they conduct delivery services. Okay, and type A they do not have. And type A also they are located nearby other health centers, whereas type B there is no other healthcare facilities available nearby. Okay, and in type A they don't have any adequate physical space or physical infrastructure, whereas in type B they have very good physical infrastructures. Okay, so those residential accommodation, all those will not be available in type B, type A, sorry. So this is a staffing pattern. Okay, so whatever is written essential, that means these are the things which should be minimum. That means this is compulsory. Desired means something which they are, if possible. That means if they can, then they should have at least again one more. This is the meaning of desirable. Desirable means something which is not compulsory to have, but we should aim to at least to have this, or it's something which the health facilities aspire to have. Okay. So this overall, we are following the 2012 guidelines. This was given by the IPHS only. So according to them, okay, according to the subcenters type, so the staffing patterns also will differ. Obviously, because some subcenters, they will have more workload, right? Because they will have to conduct delivery also. So for that, we'll need more staff. So like for, if you see for the type A, okay, so A&M, usually whenever we have any subcenter, these are the people who are there, okay, like we have the A&M, okay, or we call it as a health worker female, and health worker male. Actually, why we have health worker male? Because these are usually, they will be the one who involved in the home visiting, okay, they will be seeing if there is uh, any risk for any communicable disease. All those actually home visits, all those things will be done mostly by the male health workers, okay, especially if there's any sudden rise of malaria, all those. So usually the male health workers will be the one dealing with all those. Okay, so we have an A&M should be there, okay, essential, and male health workers, and staff nurse A&M, or A&M if staff nurse is not available. So this is actually not there, okay, in the type A. Safai current, I mean, this Safai means this is the cleaner, okay. So this also one is should be their part-time only, okay, not regular one. So just on the part-time basis, they are usually recruit. And the desirable services is one, okay. That means they, if even if they have this much also is enough, but if they could have one more, that will be better, okay. This means desirable. And for the type B, as you can see, A&M we require two, okay, this is compulsory, okay. So because why? Because here they will be having some delivery services and all, right? So for that we need more staff or manpower. So health workers we need one, same. And related to the toughness, okay, so actually here it is being, if you see, if the number of deliveries at the subcenter is more than 20, then we will be needing one more staff nurse, okay. So suppose if it is only 20 in a month, then we can deal with these two A&M also, we will do, it will do, okay. But if the number of deliveries, if it goes very much up, then we need another, we might need one staff nurse or A&M, anyone, okay. So we need one more here, that is called as a desirable. And also if it is very, okay, if it is also very this one, okay, okay, that much only, then for the cleaner, okay, we need one, okay, that is full time, not part time, okay. So in type A we have only full part time, because there is not much work here, okay. So she can just come in the morning, suppose she can clean, then she can go back. But in type B, obviously, as delivery facilities will be there, so so much of extra work will be there, right? Cleaning the labor room, keeping everything clean, okay. So that's why we need a full time, this one, okay, cleaner. So if you see first, what are the facilities or the services provided? First of all, they provide treatment of minor ailments. Okay, so like suppose if a person comes with diarrhea, they can give them some medication, ORS packet preparation. If they need to receive any IV fluids, okay, it can be given there, and they can go back, right? Or if any dressing is needed, that can be done. Okay, family planning and contraception also, like insertion of copy, even though they don't have any delivery services, but insertion of copy, all those are also done, okay, in both type A and type B. Then distribution of contraceptives, okay, counseling related to family planning, okay, all this also can be done in both the type A and type B. Then DIAS training, okay, DIAS actually they are the very important members in the community, which they are the one who usually conduct deliveries, okay. So training of them, also training the DIAS is also very important, because especially in the rural area where the healthcare members or the workers are very less, right? So by training the DICE also, then we will really help in reducing the maternal mortality, which is very high, okay? Then nutrition, distribution of iron and folic acid tablet to the pregnant women, to the adolescent girls, right? Because as we all know, okay, so all these are very high risk for anemia. So we have to give all those. And not only that, even in the subcenters, sometimes they provide some vitamins, okay, vitamin A especially, as you all know, okay, for prevention of night blindness among the children, okay. So all those are not, okay, so all those are being provided in the subcenters. Record keeping, so if you see in actually in the subcenters, they maintain different type of record, okay. Suppose maternal and child health record, immunization record, vaccination record, growth and development record, okay. So tracking record, so many form of recording they are maintaining in the subcenters. And maternal and child health care, actually this is a very important first prioritized services of a sub-centers. So first of all is early registration. When we say early registration, it means like the mother should immediately, okay, if she is suspecting that she is pregnant, immediately she should come and register herself. This is very important. Okay. So early registration, with only with that, if she come, then immediately we can start a health checkup. Okay. Then some ashas. Okay, that's why. Then some asha can also help her later on if she need any more, okay, advice or help, because asha actually they are very important members of the health team. Okay, so with the help of the asha only, they are the one bringing the pregnant mothers for health checkup. Okay, taking them for health checkup, advising them. Okay, so all those. So early registration is also very important. Okay, minimum for antenatal checkup. Antenatal means, okay, we understand, right, during the pregnancy period. So at least for antenatal checkup the mother should have. Urine testing also, it's very common done. Okay, urine testing we used to test it, okay, to especially immediately when the mother is suspecting that she might be pregnant. So to confirm that, we used to do urine test, right? uh, Counseling and referral, if suppose if you have seen that the mother is having any high risk, okay, suppose she is previously she was diabetic, okay, the mother is hypertensive, so these are very high risks mothers. So for them we have to refer them to other hospitals, okay, or higher level of institution. Name based tracking, because why the name based tracking, this is important because especially to make sure that all the mothers should at least this one uh, at least receive a full antenatal checkup. Okay, and even after delivery we have to track them, right? Because it's not like just after the delivery the mother will, because so many post delivery complications, so many things used to be there. So for that also we need to track. And not only that, we used to use this tracking system also to track the immunization status of the child. Okay, that is also done. Then other than that, health education, obviously health education is very important factors of anywhere in community, right? So health education everywhere we require. Okay, so even here also we can give health education related to breastfeeding, right? How to make compulsory 6-month breastfeeding to the baby, immunization, okay, how to take care of the child, okay, what are the things which they need to do if anything happened to the child, what are the things, suppose if the child, we have to inform the mother how to take care of the child if she's having fever, and if it is not relieving, then we have to, how, what they need to do, and if how they should come immediately to the hospital. Okay, so all those health education we can give, especially to a mother who is, okay, with a first child, and also many things which is not known to her, right? So especially if you see overall in the rural area, many people are not well educated, and also obviously it is our job to educate them. Okay, then immunization, conducting deliveries. Okay, these are all comes under maternal and child health. Newborn care corners. Newborn care corners is like that only where all those basic newborn care will be provided here. Postnatal means after the delivery. Okay, so even after delivery also, sometimes what happens, so the asha the ANMs, they used to go and visit the mothers, okay, to see whether the mother is fine, okay, what is her condition after delivery, because post delivery also so many complications can happen, okay, to the mother as well as to the child, right? So they can visit on the zero, okay, that means we consider as 0 day, then third day, 7th and 42nd. Okay, so we, even for the postnatal also we used to go for at least 4 times. Then other than that, okay, other than maternal and child health services, we also conduct time to time home visits, right? This is also very important ways where we can give, because during the home visits we can also collect very various important information. We can see if anyone is at risk, okay, for any form of communicable disease, then we need to report immediately to the medical officer, right? Then we also provide health education. So many things actually we can do with the help of home visits, right? Collecting and reporting of vital statistics. When we say vital statistics, I mean these are very important vital events which occurs in the community. For example, if somebody died, okay, that also include under vital statistic. If somebody got married, that also come. Okay, then a person who delivered, okay, if anyone is having any newborn baby, so that also comes under the vital statistic, because vital statistics are vital events which occurs in the community. Okay, school health services, because what happened, even from the sub-centers and all, okay, suppose if any nearby schools, time to time what happened, the people from the sub-centers, they usually go to the schools, okay, they might conduct some health checkup to the school children, giving them health education. Okay, uh, so all those also are a form of the school health services which are being provided by the sub-centers. Okay, other than that, disease surveillance, that means nothing but when we say surveillance, that means they will see, okay, if any form of communicable disease is there, then if immediately if they found any suspected case, immediately they should isolate, okay, test, and they have to report. Control of locally endemic diseases, suppose some areas there are so many, they might be having so many particular disease which is present there only. For example, malaria might be more in that particular area, or any cases of viral fever. Okay, all those also it needs to be, it can be, the services can be provided from the subcenter itself, especially these things, disease surveillance, control of endemic disease. These are mostly done by the healthcare workers, male. Okay, national health programs. Other than that, even in the subcenters, they also participate in many national health programs like National AIDS Control Program, immunization program. Okay, then program for the control of blindness. Overall, all the national health programs, whatever we have in India. Okay, even all these are also being provided with the help, through the help of the sub-centers. Okay, then referral services. Whenever we say referral services, it means the system of transferring the client from one healthcare facilities to the other healthcare facilities, especially in emergency case, right? So if they find that the patient comes with emergency situation and you are not having the appropriate facilities, manpower to help the client, so obviously you have to refer the patient, right? So that process we call it as a referral services. Okay, so this is overall about the IPHS for the subcenters. So do you have any question?
No, ma'am.
I hope
No, ma'am.